There's this story about two men who went to tell God about their problems. The first one went to God and said, God, I succeed in everything that I do, and most of the things I do really succeed. The second person went to God and said, God, I know you've blessed the other man so much that most of the things he does succeeds effortlessly. And then God said, I'm giving both of you an assignment. Go and do the same thing you've been doing. You go back and do the same thing you've been succeeding at, and you go back and do the same thing you've been failing at. And after 2 days, you come back and report to me. So 2 days passed. The first man, who has been succeeding in most of the things he did, came back and said, God, you know what? I did the things I've been succeeding in, and I succeeded again. And the second man, who complained that he failed in most of the things he did, came back, and God asked him, did you do the thing I asked you to do? And he said, no, God, well, since I already know I will fail at it, I didn't even try it. Then God looked at him and smiled and said, you see, that's the problem. You are good at doing nothing. Most times in life, we look at the people who are so successful and we feel that these guys have magic bullets. We feel that these guys have the streak of luck. We feel that these guys have something very special going on in their lives. We feel that these guys are amazing. We just want to admire all the good things about them. But we fail to understand that these are the same guys that have decided to go against the odds and keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Now, it's not to say they do the same thing in the same way. They keep trying it and making sure that they see how they can perfect whatever they've been doing. Now, what happens to the guys that fail? They seem to try it just once, or maybe because of prior failure, because they failed before, they don't even try it again. All they do is simply make excuses. They talk about how much the things cost. They talk about how the taxes are high. They talk about how the cost of livelihood is expensive. They complain about everything. So in this story where I told you about these two guys, it became very clear that the guy that complained that he used to fail at something actually did nothing. So he was so stuck in the fear of failure that he did nothing. Now God called them back the second time and said, come on, I want to hear exactly how you succeed at what you've been doing and how you fail at what you've been doing. So the first guy said, you know what, God, for the things I succeed at doing, I keep doing it well. Well, at first, I just take it as I don't really know it. So I keep trying it over and over again. And before I know it, I perfect it. And God said, okay, over to you, the guy that claims he fails in everything. And he said, well, God, sometimes once I just try, I fail and I don't even want to waste my energy on it. You see, that's the problem. The problem became obvious that it was not about the failure. It was not about trying. It was more about stopping to do what you feel you will fail at. Most of us have already told ourselves that, we are going to fail. Have you ever been in a situation where you see students preparing for exams, that some students will go with the mindset that, I've already failed this course, I've already failed these exams, and when they go there, automatically they will fail. There are some students that go with the mindset that it doesn't matter what this is, I am still going to pass this course. Now, these are people with two different mindsets. What kind of mindset do you have? I remember when I was a child, there were so many discouraging moments in my life. There were so many things that could deter me. They should have deterred me. But I told myself one thing. If you must kill me, you must kill me on my feet. I told myself I was never going to come down to my knees because of any problem. And here I am today. Not so perfect, but then I can tell you for a fact that things are working out fine. Not because they are perfect situations, not because I've had the perfect scenario, not because I've had the perfect everything, but because I have persevered over time. Because I've told myself, okay, fine. What's the point anyway? We are all going to die. If I don't try it, it means I failed at it already. So why not just try and fail at the same time? Why not just try, fail, and whatever is going to be is going to be. You see, the moment I restructured my mind and I told myself, anything that is going to happen, let it happen. All die na die. There's a balance, or there's a slogan in Nigeria that says all die na die. It means it doesn't matter if you get hit by a car, or if you die in the war front, or if you get stabbed by some gang member, or see, the truth is we all will die. So if the only truth is that we are all going to die, well, then why not just do it anyway? Sometimes even the things you're afraid of might end up not being so scary. The things you're not so afraid of might end up being so scary. So it's just a complex web. It is a very complex web. All die na die. Instead of stopping to try because you're afraid that you're going to fail, just try it and fail anyway. See, the truth is, when you become an adult, nobody really cares about you. Nobody really wants to know how you made it to the top. Of course, you should be doing legal things, of course. But then, nobody cares about the process. They want to see the result. So if you keep doubting your process, who knows? Maybe that process was what was supposed to take you to the result that you're looking for. But yeah, you gave up. You acted like that man who went to see God to tell God that all what he works on fails. So you see, so most of us just act like that man who went to tell God that everything he does fails. You see, the problem is, it wasn't about doing something, and it has never been about doing something. It is about the staying power. The staying power might just be what you need. It might not be about whatsoever you're doing. Your ability to stay. Most of us will start things and we don't even see it through. We don't have the staying power. We don't have the stamina to stand. We don't have the strength to say, okay, I know things are not going my way, but I'm still going to persevere. We don't have the strength to say, okay, fine, right now it's not working, but what if I give it 2 days? What if I give it 3 days? What if I give it 1 month? Most of us don't even try going further. We just stop it abruptly and we just believe, oh, well, maybe that's the plan of God for my life. Maybe God doesn't really want me to succeed in this. Who told you that God doesn't want you to succeed in it? It is simply because you stopped trying. Most of us just stop trying before we even start. And that's not fair. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to me, and it's not going to be fair to anybody. Until I see you in the next video, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and turn on the notification so you'll be able to see this video next time. If you do not subscribe to this channel, chances are the algorithm may never show you this video again. So hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified when next I post a video like this. My name is Komo Akpan. I call myself the rich son of a classroom teacher, and I'm the small business doctor. Let me talk sense into that your failing business. Let me tell you the things that you need to know to make it work. Let me tell you the things that can doctor or maybe give some medical healing to that your failing mindset. Until I see you in the next video. Bye bye.